Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome. Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light? An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome. Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered. A hand's breadth from becoming unwound. Their cursed champion falls. Survival is a tenuous proposition. Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival. An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome. Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold. Continue the onslaught. destroy them all. Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them. Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. A setback, but not the end of things.
Curiosity, interest, and obsession. Mile markers on my road to damnation.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood. We fall so that we may learn to pick ourselves up once again.
Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
This skirmish may be lost, but the battle may yet be won.
There is a great horror beneath the manor. A crawling chaos that must be destroyed. Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Decimated.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Annihilated.
Grievous injury.
Palpable fear. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
exposed to a killing blow. The ground quakes. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall. Their squeals. In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings. Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally. The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war. Fan the flames, mold the metal. We are raising an army. They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster. Eradicated. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. The blood quickens. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless. Begone, fiend! Another abomination, cleansed from our lands. Another one falls. Executed with impunity. Some experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
All the decadent horrors I have seen pale in comparison to that final, crowning thing. I could not look, nor could I look away.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes. The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it. The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Begone, fiend! These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Watch your step.
The will to fight falters. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Unnerved, unbalanced. Grievous injury, palpable fear. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
To prosecute our war against the swine, we must first scout their squalid homes.
Decimated.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Destroyed.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
The twisting tunnels seem a little less impossible. My obsession caused this great foulness, and it is shameful that I must rely upon you to set it right. The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful. The swine draw power from their horrid markings and crude idols. Tear them down. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
The swine draw power from their horrid markings and crude idols. Tear them down. The swine draw power from their horrid markings and crude idols. Tear them down. Obliterated. Executed with impunity. These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. A dizzying blow to body and brain. Eradicated. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Ghoulish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud. Another one falls. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Decimated. As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear. Robbed of their writings, the swine will grow ever more ignorant, if such a thing were possible. The twisting tunnels no longer exhale the toxic stench of degeneracy. The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are difficult to master. Those from beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality. The timing of the chants is imperative. Without the proper utterances at precise intervals, the process can fail spectacularly. A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
It is a travesty.
A blundering mountain of hatred and rage.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
The thing is even more horrible in death. Liquefaction cannot come soon enough.
Let me share with you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
My zeal for blood rituals and summoning rites had begun to ebb, as each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome.
The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone. Squirming, contorting, and ever-expanding. This horror must be unmade. A decisive pummeling.
It is as grotesque in death as it was in life.
This expedition at least promises success.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.